Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, and this is my horse Colter. So this is my 5-year-old Mustang that I have had now for 2 weeks. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and go over all the things that he has learned in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so today I'm going to start off today's session by round pinning. So I'm going to start to apply pressure in behind and point in the direction I want him to go and move him forward. Good boy. I'm going to keep him in a consistent trot. I'm just going to make him go around the round pin a handful of times each direction. And the rocks were hitting the trough. Scared him. Forward. And next time he goes around, I'm going to ask him to change direction. So by asking him to change direction, I'm going to move my body into in front of his shoulder area to ask him to stop. And then I'm going to use the whip or any sort of tool that you have to apply pressure, and I'm going to apply it to his shoulder area to in front of his body, and I'm going to point in the opposite direction so that way he can turn his body in towards the fence and turn direction. Well, actually he's going to the bathroom, so I'll give him a second. Okay, so I'm going to shift my body and point and apply pressure as he turns in, forward, and picks up the trot. Good boy. I'm going to ask him to go around this direction a few times, and then I'm going to do the same thing to get him to go, shift his body to go the other direction. I'm going to ask him to go around one more time, and then I'm going to right. Ask by shifting my body in front of his shoulder. Good boy. I'm going to up. Like, okay, this he does have challenges turning in this direction, but that was actually pretty good. Usually he continues going forwards and kind of gets a little bit worked up, but that was pretty good. Forward. Forward. Right. So again, I'm going to ask him to go around one more time, and then I'm going to ask him to change directions by doing the same movements as I did the last time. Ooh. He looks in. I point to the opposite direction, apply the pressure to the shoulder area, and release the pressure as he moves forward and changes direction, and ask him to continue moving forward. A little bit frustrated, and he flings his head forward. He's definitely progressed a lot in the round pen, staying in a consistent trot and understanding the concept of it. So once again, I'm going to ask him to switch directions by moving my body in front of him, and see if he actually already understands and kind of expects what I'm going to ask. Now this side of the body, the right side of his body, is a little bit more challenging for him. He's learns a little bit slower on this side, which is usually the case with a lot of horses. But once again, I am going to shift my body and ask him, good, oh, good boy. And that was much better. He didn't have such a huge panic moment. Good boy. Forward. Good boy. he is doing so much better in the round pen by understanding. Good. So I will ask him to change directions one more time. And then that should be good. Up, up, whoop. Good boy. That was pretty smooth. Good boy. Good boy. See, he's licking and chewing as he's trotting right now. So, which means they've come back to kind of a relaxed state of mind, which is good. Forward. So that's pretty good. I'm just going to ask him to just stop, which he probably thinks I'm going to ask him to turn, but I'm not going to shift my body, and I'm going to let him stop. And as he looks in towards me, and if you give him just one moment, and now if you can see his mouth, he's licking and chewing. Good boy. So that was pretty good today for the round pen session. So next in this video, I'm going to grab the halter and show you what he has learned with the halter by leading and circling with the halter on in the lead rope and applying pressure to his hindquarters and having him turn in circles right and left. Okay, so I grabbed the halter. I usually have been taking the lead rope off of it just so I don't have anything dangling from the halter to begin with. He's been pretty good putting the halter on. He might shy away from it at first as I approach him with it, so we shall see. Oh, good boy. Good boy. So I just let him sniff it and then I pull it away just for a minute. If he stands here and doesn't take off, then I'm going to approach him again. And he did kind of shy away. So I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure towards him with the halter. And then I'm going to ask him to stop and approach him once again. I'm going to apply it. If he stands, I'm going to let him sniff it. Good boy. Good boy. And I'm just going to take it away for a moment since he didn't shy away and take off. And he's actually shifting his body towards me, so that's a good sign. I'm going to apply it again. Let him sniff it. I'm going to rub his face. Good boy. Boy. There. He remembers what it is now. There. Good boy. I just like to do that a few times because it's actually been 3 days since I've been in here and have had the halter on his face, so sometimes I kind of forget what it is. So I just give him a moment, let him smell it again, let him feel it again before I go ahead and place it on his face. I'm going to come beside him, and then I also just like to kind of rub my hand up on the other side, up around his ears, because when you do put the halter on, you have to reach for it over his neck, and sometimes they could shy away from that. So before I even put it close, I just kind of rub my hand on the other side, up towards his ear, down his neck a little bit, just so he feels some motion on that side and it doesn't really startle him when I put it on. Then I also have been trying to teach him to kind of turn his head in towards me and kind of drop it and relax it. So that way he can simply just kind of drop his nose into the halter eventually. So he's looking at something. I turned his head in, and I'm just going to place it over his nose. And now he's actually pretty familiar. So I still rub it on the other side of his neck. And then I grab it and loop it through. Good boy. So, there we go. That's pretty good. Pretty good. He just gets more familiar with it each time. So now I'm gonna use the lead rope and attach it. So I kind of just let him get used to the clipping. Ooh. And then I attach it to the bottom. Okay. Good boy. Forward. There, good boy. You got an itch? And then I also like to practice leading him around. So I just apply a little bit of pressure by pulling on the lead rope. And then as he walks on, I just kind of give some slack in the lead rope. There isn't too much space to practice leading around in here, but I want him to be completely comfortable before I take him outside of the pen. Forward. Good boy. Good boy. So then one of the other things I like to teach him right off the bat, once I have the halter and the lead rope on, is turning in circles, basically right and left. I will go in the middle of his body and I will apply pressure to the lead rope by turning his head in towards me. Then I will also use the bottom of or the end of the lead rope to kind of push his butt out away from me. So I bend and I just kind of swing the rope and see how his hind end crosses over, and the lead rope is pushing his hind end away from me. There. Good boy. And then I move on to the other side, and then I just apply there, good boy. Good. There, good. I pick up the slack here, I apply pressure. You can do it. There, good. Ooh. So one of the things I'm working on this side of the body, turning his hind quarters out, is crossing his right leg over his left leg, which he's having a hard time doing. So I basically just keep him in a circle until he crosses that leg over, and then once he does, then I let him relax. Going the other direction on this side, he has no problem. So apply the pressure. See, he crossed it. Cross, cross, cross. Oh, didn't cross. Okay, so I'm going to ask him to push his hindquarters out away from me. Oh. Out away from me by pulling his head in towards me and kind of giving him some pressure on his hind end. And see, he's turning away from me. Good boy. Good boy. And then I let him relax. And then I do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Turn his head in towards me. Good. And I just do it a few times each direction, you know? But eventually he'll be able to understand the concept of exactly what he needs to be doing with his legs. And then he'll be able to pick up the speed in turning this flat. Yes. Okay. But that's pretty good for now. And then I'll just take the lead rope off. So another thing I have been practicing with him is brushing him all over his body, which he actually really enjoys. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him sniff the brush. It's been a few days, so I'm gonna let him remember what the brush is and rub his face. But he's pretty calm now because I've been working with him for about 30 minutes now, so he's pretty relaxed. So let me just go ahead and brush him all over his body. Right. You don't like brushing that side? Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, I'm gonna brush your face a little bit, okay? He's gonna brush your face. He's not fond of that. And if there's anything else that you would like to know or have any questions or comments, just go ahead and leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to read them.